Welcome back to the Do Show. If you are watching or streaming this episode, thank you so much for tuning in. My papers are falling everywhere today. I gotta get myself straight. If you're watching or streaming this episode, thank you so much for tuning in. I have a great lineup for you guys today on this Christmas Eve. Happy holidays to everybody out there. I won't be back to do this show until January 1st. That's probably not true, but I'm just gonna say just for publicity reasons. And joining me today, I have two guest co-hosts. One is new, one y'all never seen before. Y'all probably seen him in other projects, but please welcome my man Blessed Applesauce back for his fifth.
What's up, guys? Bless Squad.
And then my man Justin Diaz on the line. What's up, y'all?
Hello.
Y'all chilling?
Doing good.
It's about to be I heard there was going to be a snowstorm happening. Did y'all hear that?
Yeah, I heard about that.
I did not. I never go outside anymore, so I don't really. It doesn't matter either way.
Bless, I was about to call
If you
you.
a blizzard, I wouldn't notice.
I was about to call you over here and just film, but I was like, you know what? And my dad said he needed a haircut, but I was like, he was like, if you bring Bless, bring Nigel, because he doesn't like his
beard right now.
Yeah, he doesn't like it. I don't know if he expressed that to you, but he's not really enjoying it, But it's all good. I was like, it's gonna clear past and all of that. And with that being said, y'all ready to get into some topics for today?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go. So we all know it takes a village to raise a child, and part of that village are godparents. Now, traditionally, the role of a godparent is to help shape and develop the child until adulthood. And if, God forbid, something happens to their parents, they would step in. While many consider being asked to be a godparent as a huge honor, some people just don't want that responsibility, which begs the question, if you're ever asked to be a godparent, is it ever okay to say no? I told my production team, don't give me this question because they knew I was going to go off on this, but I want y'all to start first.
Man, this is like some moral dilemma and stuff.
It is.
I don't know. I mean, I like the question was if it's okay to refuse, and I mean, you don't it's okay for anyone to say no to anything. So I mean, I wouldn't say you should. But, I mean, I don't think you can force anyone,
What you talking about? You should. If you don't want to, then don't do nothing. Ain't nobody telling you, Jack.
Well, I mean, you're not just going to take, a random stranger off the street and say, all right, you're my baby's godparent. So, obviously, if someone's picking you to be a godparent, you guys have been close for a long time, and it probably isn't coming as, some kind of surprise. So it doesn't, surprise me. So, if you're getting asked to be a godparent, there's probably a reason, people don't just throw that around willy-nilly,
That's true. You got to be friends for maybe 5-10 years.
Yeah,
probably y'all discussed it as the kid was being born and stuff like that. So you could probably hint around it I'm not really feeling being a godparent,
No, but let me ask you this right here. So let me just give you something else. Let me pose this question now. Let's just say you went around the question. You were just, would you tell them direct, I know somebody who knows they don't want to have responsibility over a child, but they're not going to tell that parent or the guardian or whoever's, taking care of the child. Now, they're not going to tell them, I don't want to do it, straight up. They'll explain why they wouldn't do it and why they think they're not a fit for it, and why it could, be a hindrance to whatever they're doing in life. You never know the situation. But would you tell them directly, Bless, or would you just be like, okay, here's the thing, and then you go on to say why, when instead of you saying
well, I mean, I feel like that's a pretty easy answer. I mean, you're just saying would you explain or would you not explain? I mean, I would think that if you're that close with someone for that long and they try to give you some kind of commitment like that, then I mean, I think you should definitely explain. I don't think you can I don't think it's right to just be nah, and then that's it. Like it's probably like a bit harsh. I don't know, just me.
Well,
Yeah, I agree.
I think I'm so I'm like opposite. I'm like the opposite because I'm
So
like
you think differently? What would you do?
Well, let me tell you something. Godparent. First of all, I already know a lot of people are gonna get on me after this episode releases because
you have things to say. You have things to say.
No,
don't you?
Justin. If you really know, and this is if you and I talked a lot more, you knew how much I don't even want to be a parent. Even right now, don't even go there with me because we're gonna be here for an hour talking. I mean, look, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. Don't you dare ask and come to my house asking, can I be a godparent? Secondly, don't ask for me to babysit your child because I got stuff to do with my life, okay? Y'all think I got extra time because I'm calling y'all and trying to check up with y'all all the time. Don't you dare come with your child. Devil is a liar. I'm sorry.
So if I had kids and I need you to babysit for like a night or something like that, you're not gonna do it?
No.
Oh my god, you guys some up
I told my production team you ain't gonna give me this question and expect me to sit on it.
Who hurt you? Like what?
Exactly.
So, something had to happen for you to hate kids this much. I mean, like,
Justin, let me tell you something.
Like I don't like kids as much as the next guy, but like I want kids at some point. You know, like I mean, like. I don't know. I want to spawn a child at some point and then have a kid, and I'd be down to be a godparent because like when like I feel like godparent is such like a formality. Like it's just like godparent, you know? Because I don't think I've ever seen a godparent actually step in. Whenever a family member steps in, it's always like an aunt or like a grandma. Like when is it ever actually like a godparent? Like what kind of person really takes on that kind of responsibility?
But listen, see right there. Let's rewind what you just said. You said especially for like mamas. Let me tell you something. And I heard someone say this. Mama, in that sense, is very important. See, it's almost like or auntie, because auntie, it's like I'll be your cousin. I'll be there if you need anything, any money you need me to bail you out. Like I'll tell your business.
Well, what's the difference?
I'm not taking care of you.
It's just blood relation that like, but you just said like I'll do stuff for you if I'm your cousin. So why wouldn't you do stuff if you were a godparent?
Because I have to take care. I'm not gonna. I have to.
But you're not taking care though. You're just stepping in here and there.
Okay. Well,
But this article said if God forbid the parents died, you would be in charge.
Well, possibly, maybe they got some grandparents or like an aunt or uncle that can step in.
They go to the grandparents and then let them take care of the child. Don't come to Uncle Do.
Well, then here I want to pose a question. Then, like, let's say, parents died, right? And it can either go like, let's say the godparents were totally down and for like the actual purpose of it. I feel like no one these days actually like thinks of it like that. I always like the way I've always thought of it is like it's just like the parent's really good friend who kind of like sponsors the child in a way. I mean, I don't know, that's kind of how it like felt to me. But let's say like, all right, parent dies and the godparent wants to do the intended purpose, but so does like the grandma of the kid. Like who gets precedent, the godparent or the grandma?
Then whoever's trying to ask certain people in their families to be a godparent, let the parent choose which one they want.
Parent's dead.
It's gonna be the grandparent.
Then,
of course.
Yeah.
Okay, then go to the parents. Why am I in this situation?
Oh, I don't know. I was wondering what you got.
No, because if I was approached, I'm just gonna tell y'all, I love kids. I have
clearly you don't.
No. Let me tell y'all something.
I love kids.
I love kids when I'm not taking care of them.
You don't have to take care of them.
Or when
you're a godparent.
That's true. When does a godparent ever actually have to take care? Like that thing you said, like, when does that ever like I've never seen it actually happen. It's always been
y'all
like
saying even if you are a godparent, you're not always going to be told or assigned to take care of a child. That's what y'all telling me?
No, you're not. It's not even formal.
Okay, that's
it's not even written.
Yeah, like
Nothing
I
for
feel
them
like
was
it's yeah, it's much more just like a friend thing, like that, like you say to like the parent because you guys are good friends. Much more like how often do you actually end up getting to like be with the child? Like that doesn't happen. Like you don't say I'm a godparent for the purpose of taking care. It's like in case you need to, which even then would be unlikely because like the aunt or something would step in most
Mhm.
likely or something like that.
Okay, maybe I'm seeing this question a different way than y'all two heifers are seeing it.
You just hate kids. That's all it
Yeah,
is.
that's what it sounds like.
Then why? Then why? Look. And I don't. I'm not gonna call them out, but y'all know who y'all are. Three of them. I got them on. I always got them on speed dial because they like calling me up every day, seeing what's up. I got three of them, and they're in like seventh grade. They always looked up to me, and I never pushed them away. I got kids that look up to me, so I'm like, oh, that's what's up. Let's and their mothers know me. I'm like, oh, cool. That's what I'm talking about. That friendship. But I ain't talking about no like caring for a child. But when you say if I have a kid, what? I told you I ain't getting married, and
At
nor
all?
am I
Just if
gonna
you had a
adopt.
kid at all? Is that the question?
Yeah, what would you do?
Nothing, because I'm not planning to have no kids, and I'm not getting married.
But
Not
if you
get
did
married,
have
no
a kid,
kids, nothing.
If I don't marry and I have kids, that's what you're asking?
well,
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
if a kid happened, because
Kid
that
No,
happens.
no, I'm
happens in
not.
this
No,
world.
no, no, no,
no kids.
no kids. I don't.
Okay, all right.
Stop smiling. The devil is a lie. What you talk? I'm telling y'all right now, I don't. And this is one thing on a serious note. I don't like when people wish on me, oh, you're going to do this, or you're going to have kids, or you're going to get married to this person. I'm like,
It's just like the traditional model of what folks tend to do in life.
but
Like,
Justin, sometimes
it's pretty like
that
it's just
offends
traditional.
people. You got to watch yourself. That's why I'm like, when I say no to being, going back to this question, when, like, I take everything in life, like, really seriously, like education, business, the show, what I'm doing as a career, a human being. I mean, come on, how serious, how like much more serious can I get, which with like trying to take care of, a human being that's I didn't even know was gonna come in my life, or that was given to me because, oh, this parent died and they wrote in their will, or not in their will, but they just told me. They didn't give it to their grandparents. They just put it to my responsibility.
So this seems like okay. Would you have a pet? Any pet?
Uh, nah.
I feel like you'd be the type of person that had like a fish.
No,
I feel like you'd get a fish.
I don't mind having a cat, but that's like, it's almost like having a dog. A dog is like a human being. You gotta buy the food. You gotta make sure that it does its business outside and not on your carpet, and other things. Just saying.
So this sounds like a responsibility thing. You don't want
Yes.
you don't want responsibility.
Yes, I got too much going on with my life, and I'm a different kind of
So
breed
so
of
then
person.
so you prioritize all of the other responsibility, like all the immediate responsibility in your life versus the responsibility of another person or thing.
Yes.
Like you don't want to have a dog or cat, but you do want to prioritize like your education and your projects.
I don't
and all
have
that
a
kind
normal life. Let's just say that I don't have a normal life like everybody else. I might not just like,
Fair.
oh, become a parent, get married. Look, this is what I will do. I will perform at your weddings. I'll come to your weddings. I'll take all the food after y'all done eating and dancing, and y'all ain't gonna see it no more. I will be there when cousin Moo Moo died. I'll be there to comfort you. Like I'm like that person you don't always see in a like regular day and age. I don't know. That's just me.
I get what you mean about the whole
And my career is
like,
different. I don't want to be like everybody else. Justin, you're gonna have your own life. You're gonna see me
yeah, I
somewhere
know.
else.
Like I get what you mean about the whole like not like living a normal like a typical life, because like based on the career I'm going into, like I'm gonna be performing wherever there's shows. Like
I know.
I'm
That's
gonna
why I
be,
brought you on the
like,
show, because I can relate a little bit.
yeah, if I'm like I'm going into theater,
But
so
the way you
if
talking now,
there's a show somewhere, like I'm going there to do the show.
the way you
And that's what
talking
it is.
now,
And, like I can't like I don't have time to like settle in one spot because I'm gonna be moving all the time until I choose to stay in one spot, which may or may not happen until I'm like in my 30s. I have no idea.
Well, look, life is full of surprises, and all I say is just keep holding on. And with that being said, I'm over time, so I gotta go to and take a quick commercial break. There's more of the Adu Show after this. Stick around. In the moonlight, we can roll and talk. Welcome back to the Adu Show. Now, is it ever okay to lie? Man, I sound like a kindergarten teacher. Well, according to core.com, if you're lying to make someone feel better, then the answer is yes. For example, if you're at a dinner party and the host asks how you're enjoying their really bland food, it's okay to tell them that you think it's delicious. Or if your man or wife is in the mood for some loving, but you're not really feeling him at the moment or her, just say that you got a really bad stomach ache and you have to go to sleep. So, you guys, do you think it's ever okay to lie to your friend to make them feel better?
I mean, depending on the situation, I don't think it's. I wouldn't ever rule out lying to anyone. It really depends. I'm not saying I'm some like untrustworthy person, but I mean, if there's a specific situation that means I need to bear false witness, I wouldn't rule that out as a thing you can do, including parents. I mean, it just depends to me.
Yeah, I think it is a case-by-case situation. Try not to do it, but sometimes some situations warrant it, maybe for protection purposes, maybe for protection, safety, keeping somebody's feelings intact. Of course, you want to be as honest as possible. Like, if the outfit looks terrible, don't let them go out like that. Be honest with them. But yeah, some cases you have to twist the truth a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, like if someone shows you something that they did and it's just like bad, but you don't want to like hurt their feelings, then like say it was great and like because
Justin, you look ugly today.
Oh,
you're the most
thank you for ugliest. I wanted to make sure.
I can't say this on daytime television, but you know what I'm talking about.
I just like definitely case by case, and I mean if someone like I think that if it's worth sometimes when it's like if you don't want to hurt someone's feelings, so you want to lie, like the difference I make between it is if there's like hope for someone to be different, like if it's possible for them to like get better at something, then like let them know. But if it's something that doesn't have, if it's like a situation that doesn't have like a solution, like if they're just ugly or if they're just, or if they're just this or that and like it's not changeable, then like why do you just want to hurt someone's feelings for no reason? But like if you can like give constructive criticism, then it's definitely worth it to say the truth. So that's when it's okay to lie, in my opinion. If there's no hope for anyone to change, then why would you tell them the truth and hurt them?
Oh my gosh, they're actually approving of this, which I'm surprised because they were just all about the good and loving children. Y'all already saw that one, and now they're all about
Yeah, love your children and twist the truth if necessary. That's what we're about here.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let me tell y'all this. I think in certain situations you have to hide the truth. Like even for like Christmas presents, or the idea of like what did you give me for Christmas? Of course I'm not going to tell you. Like,
but then what's the line between holding the truth and then lying? And even then, like, does that line really matter?
Well, like you said, it depends on the. One of y'all said that it depends on the situation you're in. Let's just say, like over here, when this user said, well, if this this blog said, if you're at a dinner party and the host asks how you're enjoying their really bland food, I've been in that situation, and it's funny because I've never actually, I've been asked many times, and I know you guys, probably been to a number of restaurants where they ask, how's the food tasting? Have you really ever came across, a restaurant that like tasted really like bland, or their cupcakes taste like sand? Like, I know there's one cupcake company that my mom doesn't like, and I'm not gonna put this company on blast, but it's
Put them out there.
No, we're not.
Let us know.
You put
Name drop.
Cold Stone out there, Boris, and you almost ruined both of
Yeah,
my
because they closed the
reputation.
door on my face. I mean, the store should have been still open.
It's
I
not.
still love them though. It's okay.
It's not. You came in over here at 10 in the night. Why do you think they're gonna be open on a Friday night?
Because it was 10 o'clock. I got there at 9:50, like 6. So they should have still been open.
I hate that. I hate when stores like it's not even closed yet, and they closed.
Yeah, they
Like,
still
oh no,
mobbing.
like we close at 10, but we don't allow anyone in past 9:30. Like, are you kidding me? Like,
Yeah, it's like what?
I showed up because I wasn't late.
And that was one of the best episodes I filmed, everybody. Literally, this guy was on our rant. That was the intro to my episode 14. That wasn't even planned. And you wanted a milkshake? I'm like, was it that bad?
Yeah, I wanted a milkshake.
Did you get it?
I did not.
Was it? Wait, where was it? What place was this?
At Cold Stone.
This has been
Oh.
over. We've been here.
It's always at the small places too. They're always like
It's been
like
over a
can't
month,
handle
bro.
Mhm.
Like it's literally like who goes to Cold Stone? Like I mean, people go there, but like it's not like
busy.
it's not like the hot spot.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Sean.
It's not like the attraction of the neighborhood. Like, I mean, that annoys me. Plus, like, who's behind the counter? Like some like 16-year-old. You know what I mean? Like
Pretty much like
well,
two or three people.
They can't handle like one little scoop in the and the little mix-ins and give you a freaking ice cream. I mean, that's annoying.
Well, I
Like, it
understand
really
that
takes 2
situation.
minutes.
I understand, but see, you say it takes 2 minutes, but some of them been on their feet all day. I'm not trying to like give them any
That's
credit.
true.
I'm not saying like, oh, they should close early, because I feel like everybody, you know, if you're gonna pay them, then of course, like, you should be able to serve them. But I understand some people are like, okay, you better get in and get out, like that kind of.
I think it's definitely fair, like, to expect good service, but there's a difference between that and like just like being rude, like being mad at someone. Like, it's important to be like as like it's like be polite and nice because like they have been on their feet all day. You know, like you don't want to be mean like for that, but that doesn't like justify like closing hella early for no reason. Because like then they're just closing early and then you can't get in, and that's not good either. But like you shouldn't be like mean about it, because then that's not good of you.
Moving on. Now, newly engaged millennials have recently discovered a very unique way to show off their rock to the world. Many young people are now choosing to ditch the band altogether, instead opting to get the diamond surgically embedded into their ring finger. Like this. Now the procedure
Ask the question yet.
Now the procedure can take about 10 minutes and it costs $100. Now that doesn't include the cost of the stone or whatever you want to put, but it involves a piercing artist embedding an anchor into the finger skin to hold the stone in place. So you guys, do you really think, is this romantic or ridiculous?
That sounds painful.
It
Yeah.
is.
A stone? Is it like a big stone or like a
It's
little
like,
stone?
I gotta show y'all a picture. It's like just imagine, like, y'all, if y'all see it on the screen, I'm gonna put it right. It's like it's up right now. The finger, like your ring finger, and there's just like a diamond just.
Sticking out.
So it's just like one. It's like one rock. Like it's not like the
It's-
whole ring going all the way around.
Nope.
Okay, that's a bit different. Like I still think that's really whack. But
Yeah.
like
It's
like I
painful.
thought you meant like they were putting the whole ring and like the whole ring was going around your finger and it was like embedded. You know, that's
No.
weird.
We're
That's
talking
really
about just imagine
Just
like an
a
earring.
diamond.
Someone took an earring and just.
I feel like if you slapped,
But it
like,
was much
if that
worse.
stone stuck out at all, then if you got that thing caught on something, there goes like all your fingers.
Exactly.
That's so weird.
Yeah,
You can't wear gloves now.
I know, like everything
Long
will rip.
sleeves.
But the thing about it is, what if you like get you file for a divorce or whatever? Like, you're gonna get that taken out?
Well, I mean, the goal is not to get divorced.
No, but
That's true.
But
You don't want to plan for divorce, you
but,
know.
but
Like,
you know, things like that happen. Let's just be real right now for a sec. You know, stuff like that happen, and you know, other
for a
things. That,
second.
what if you want to? Come on, Justino. You know.
Let's be real for a second.
I don't know why you would want to do that. Like, honestly, because even sometimes, you know, people take off their ring when they're like probably taking a shower so it won't fall in the drain, or when they go to bed or whatever. I see that, a lot in marriages and just people. You don't always want to keep that thing on. That's just pain. Zeb, I don't know. I don't know what else to say about that.
I mean, this is just
and
weird.
Why are millennials specifically doing this? What?
It's always it's always millennials. It's always boomers and millennials. I mean, this is just like, I don't even think that like this is not a thing that's happening to a lot of folks. Like, I think this is like one little thing that some people are doing, and of course the media wants to go like, oh my god, they're doing this one little thing. This is what all the millennials are doing, and then they just want to like broad brush all the millennials that all of them are doing. I think it's just weird, and I don't think they're actually like. I don't think this is like a thing.
You think it's just for publicity?
I think people are like talking about it because they know it'll get them views.
Yeah. For publicity. Be quiet, Justin.
I haven't seen anybody with a ring embedded in their finger.
Yeah, I know. It's just to get. It could just.
Like
it could be just to get people talking, but you never know. It could be real. There are probably things out here where you just people are. It's almost like tattoos, like getting your girlfriend's or your wife's name tattooed to your like your back or somewhere on your body, and it's like in large letters, and then let's just say you break up or some fallout happen and you want to get that removed. That stuff hurts like the dickens. It ain't no joke.
I think it's like a pretty like you have a bone right there on your finger. Like, I'm pretty sure that they definitely like numb that area if they're ever taking it out and putting it in. But if it gets ripped out, there's no numbing cream for that. Like that's gonna hurt. That's gonna be bad. So you better not have any accidents with it. I don't like that.
The moral of the story is, don't get anything embedded into your ring finger. Or any fingers. Or in anything. Why?
I mean, pierced ears is alright. Pierced ears, nose. That stuff looks pretty cool.
People do that all the time, but I'm just saying for stuff that's like painful, that's not quote unquote normal to society, then like that's when I think of it as an extreme. But I don't do any like piercing.
You know what? I don't like tongue piercings, man. I just
really.
Yeah, it's nasty. Yeah,
I don't like that.
nasty.
Like, that must like hurt. Like, imagine getting like food caught in the piercing. Like, nah, man. I don't know. Just like random piercing. Like, that's like the one that I just don't like. I don't like. I'm fine with any of the nose piercings, any of the ear piercings. I feel like
cheek piercings.
That's a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
You ever seen people like gauge their cheek where they have like the like those things where it's like they put like it's like a thicker earring, and then it gets thicker and thicker and thicker and like stretches out the skin.
It puts a hole in your mouth.
There are things like that where like someone gets like a thing right here, and then they make it get bigger. It mainly happens with the ears. Like those people that like the hipster type people that have like the big hole. You can do that with your cheeks too, and your mouth is like always open then. Like, and
that's nasty.
Oh god.
That's nasty.
Oh yeah, no body modifications. Some of them are so whack.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Well, let me just say this. Let me just ask this one question before I go to commercial break again. Reddit recently asked its users this question: what's a painful yet pleasurable feeling? Examples include eating spicy foods, popping pimples, picking your nose. What gives you
fun.
both pleasure and pain?
Waking up. No, I can't.
Massages.
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that works. That's cool.
Like it hurts good,
Yeah, it hurts good.
But they
cracking your toes, cracking your
get the crevices.
That's true.
You got to get the crevices. You just got to get all up in there. I'm sorry. It's just. But I know people who pop pimples.
I guess stretching.
Oh yeah, that too. I guess it's the same as popping joints though.
It's nothing too extreme. I think the massage stuff and like it's kind of like too much because of course people are like, even for me, I'm like sometimes it's not even a pleasurable feeling. I get the pain and then after they crack, I'm just in pain. It might not come out be like, oh, I feel good. No, you hurt me. You hurt me.
I mean, I want to say like most things that hurt good probably just hurt.
Yeah, I was gonna say this article, y'all
might feel good, but most things aren't gonna hurt good. They're just gonna be painful.
It's just gonna be painful. But I'm not saying that this article is wrong in saying that there are some things that are pleasurable and pain and pleasurable, or pleasurable and pain kind of feelings, and sometimes not the majority, but sometimes it's just pain, and you just with it for like a long period of time. You just deal with the hurt and the
we lost you for a second, dude.
I know. Y'all froze too.
Yeah, you froze.
We gotta take a commercial break for this. More of the Dude Show after this. Stick around. Welcome back to the Dude Show. Now, my guest for today is a part of a brand called I'm Different, and actually owns his own YouTube channel right now. Please welcome back to the show for his first appearance as a guest, my man Drew. What's up?
Yo, what's up?
What's up? Thanks for joining the call late at night. What's up? How you been since we talked?
Man, ain't nothing going on. Just been doing me. Holidays, so I'm just spending some time with the family. But
just doing the regular.
Just been trying to get some videos in the vault. I like to stack a bunch of videos in my vault, and just keep releasing. We get ready to trying to get ready to release this brand too real soon. So
yeah. And before I go into that, I just want to ask: do you have any holiday traditions specifically that your whole family does, or even just you yourself do for yourself, or whatever?
Well, for my family, we don't really do anything like during the holiday season. We all get together on Christmas. Like, that's a must. We all have to get together on Christmas. It don't matter whose house it is. My personal tradition, I got to watch my two favorite Christmas movies, which is probably like, I say The Grinch and Polar Express.
Yes, sir. That's my Polar Express. I'm a fan of.
Yeah, Polar Express. I've been a huge fan of that movie since I was like little, man.
I gotta keep up with my Christmas movies. I know my brother. He's right there. I know he's somebody. Also, can you testify that you love Hallmark movies? How do I speak into the thing? Here, just speak into the mic. Wait, be careful. The wire. Come here, guys. This is my brother. Also,
Okay, I would just like to say one thing and one thing only. I do not like Hallmark movies unless it's December. This whole Christmas in July thing, I don't like it. It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense at all. If you're gonna talk about Christmas in July, it just doesn't make any sense. It's only winter vibes only. We don't like it here. I don't personally like it unless it's December. So if it is not December, I do not want to see any Christmas decorations. I do not want to see any Christmas music, Christmas movies. I don't want to see anything.
That wasn't the question.
Well, it will add on, So yeah, in conclusion, unless it's December, I do not like Hallmark Christmas movies.
So you're a big fan of Hallmark movies, but I'm saying that because I know that's like all I kind of see on television. So like sometimes I like watch specifically the movies and mysteries, but I only got into it because I did see like two specific actors like that I like. Love, that I've grown up seeing on television, come to this network and join this network and the team and the production. So it was all cool. But yeah, Polar Express is a really great movie. I'm a fan of it. I want to talk about the brand, and specifically I wanted to ask why did you start it in this time, in this period? Did you have a vision for it like back then, or was it just like an instant suddenly like, oh, let's go and let me just do this, not just for me to say, oh, I own this? Because I know you explained like you want it to be you don't want people to call it your brand. You want it to be like a collective. Talk about that for a second.
Yeah, well, your first question, the brand idea came around sometime like I say middle of 20, no, actually late 2018. I thought of the idea late 2018. I always wanted to do like get into a clothing line type thing. Never went into it because I was playing sports and stuff, and I just I wasn't in my creative state of mind at that time. So then I just decided like around 2019, I say late 2019, to fully go through with it, and that's how I came up with the whole idea, and I thought of the name, and then I got a team together, and that's just how that came into play. It was just like a kind of like a dream or like a goal or something I always just wanted to try out. Not necessarily a goal, but like something like kind of like a bucket list, like just do it, why not? And I just decided why not. So
do you have? I'm not saying if you don't, that's great. If you do, that's great. I'm just asking for, out of curiosity, because I always get inspiration from people like you, because, I'm establishing my own foundation and brand as an individual. And I wanted to know, is there anywhere you want to take this to like the next level?
Oh, of course. That's what I'm shooting for. I'm not even trying to.
Let me rephrase that, because I believe that like what you're already doing is such an amazing job, and I'm not saying that just because I'm on camera. Like honestly, I don't see a lot of people doing what you're doing and taking your craft seriously. So, what do you want to see now as a brand?
I hope that this can become a worldwide movement type thing. Like the brand to go from just being, something that started out small and to grow into something that is, I don't know. Me personally with this, I leave it in God's. I'm a very strong believer. And the way I think is, it's like, if it's in God's plans to work, then it's going to grow as big as it needs to be, So I just try to do what I can do right now and take the right steps to put it in position to, propel itself in a position of like, maybe it can grow into like a big brand, But that's just, of course, if I do anything, I want it to be big, even with the YouTube channel, I want it to be big. I never had like a middle level thinking when it comes to anything I did. I used to want to play ball, and I wanted to go to NBA. I wanted to go all the way,
Yeah,
like
that dream big mentality, that huge mentality of like, yo, I have high standards, I know what I want, I'm gonna get there, I go big, I serve a big God, and because I serve a big God, I'm gonna go big because he's big. So that's like what like the situation I'm in personally with everything right now in the transition. It's almost like I do want to have a big thing, and I do believe that God in this life, with all the faith that you have as a person and all the faith and work you put in, you do come out, whether it's a big or small dream, with a positive result. I'm just somebody who loves to think big. A lot of people are doubting me or questioning me about, oh, maybe this is too much, or maybe you're just overthinking this a little bit, or you don't have a lot of experience in it, which I don't. But it's something that I know is really going to benefit me in the long run. And I know I'm not wasting my time or energy, because that's like one of the most important things I always talk about. So just friends and just people all around, I'm like, yo, if it's from your heart and if it's your energy and time you're putting into it, go for it. The only person stopping you is you. That's all I say to my viewers and people listening, watching, or streaming this episode. If you got something you want to do, if it's not going to harm you or your neighbor, go for it. The sky's the limit. Like, there's more than a limit, man. I'm just telling you. I mean, go beyond far. I mean, I'm saying, I'm putting some emphasis, and I'm keep speaking on it, because I do see a lot of people stop after like a week or a month or a year because they don't see anything manifesting. And I understand there are a lot of people out here who it's took, like, I remember I heard my mentor told me that it took, she wants me to watch this movie called Jingle Jangle, and it took 10 years for the specific film producer / director. I hope it's Jingle Jangle. If it's not Jingle Jangle, mentor, I'm sorry. But it was a specific movie, she said, and sometimes it takes a decade, sometimes it takes a week, sometimes it takes a year. And sometimes it always takes just that one person to say yes. It don't
That's
require
right.
other people. It's just that one person say, let's go do this. I'm putting all that I got into it. I might not know the outcome, but I know it's going to be something like great. And besides that, like, you're already doing great. Also, I wanted to talk about the your YouTube channel and how. Okay, I always love to ask YouTubers this, even when I'm not filming this show. How many videos do you film a week?
Oh, at least over. Because I try to. At least I'm trying to get on that. I want to do at least like uploading at least 2 videos a day, starting out as a fresh YouTuber on the scene. I film at least 20 videos, maybe 25 videos a week. You know,
Crazy.
and I do mostly reactions, but I also record vlogs. I record, all kinds of videos. I want my channel to be like a mixture of all different things that I've grown up loving, and like just kind of like pouring that out into my content,
Yeah.
And as an early YouTuber, that's kind of the hardest thing to do, is figuring out like, how do you step into this game and do it in a way where you're being yourself, but at the same time, it's like from a business standpoint, like if I'm watching the video, I'm not going to click on this, So it's like a lot of different things that goes into this whole YouTube game. It's like you got to look at the business side, and also you got to be creative with it,
And I feel. Go ahead. Keep going.
Oh, that's pretty much all I had to say. It's just really trying to find your groove. And every YouTuber goes through, all the top YouTubers you see right now, they all went through a stage where they're just trying to find their groove. And then once they get into that groove, they become unstoppable. And, yeah, pretty much.
I know a lot of people now who are in that state. Of course, I feel like we're all going to come across somebody who is just starting off like that. And I've always wondered, I'm like, when I do get that audience that I do hope and desire for, I'm like, should I hire people to do stuff for me, or should I just keep doing stuff by myself? Because I'm so used to doing stuff so independently. I've been working without a production team for the last, this is 29. Yeah. So for the past 30 episodes, I've been working with no production team at all, and it's fun. And with the little material that I have, I know I can make something work. I'm making something work right now, and it's fun. And I'm just wondering, I'm like, well, as I grow, is there higher expectations? When I mean higher expectations, not saying like, okay, once you get to that 100K, 100,000, 100, million, or a million, 5 million, billion, whatever subscribers and views, or I should say, watch hours, because that's really what I'm like looking at, the subscribers and the watch hour counts. About it's all about that, honestly, for me right now. I'm like, I don't know if I'm ever gonna like feel pressure to like be better than like people, or be better than I was like 5 years ago, because if I'm using I want to be better in what I'm doing, and what content I'm releasing, but with the material that I have and everything that I'm using to make this show successful and what it is, I don't know if I'm gonna really change that, because I believe that the more simpler like stuff we use for shows, instead of having big TV cameras, cue cards, prompts, lighting, all that stuff, I feel like it's more easier just to come down here and be like, okay, I want to film a show right then and there, instead of saying, oh, I'm going to schedule, because a lot of stuff now I'm just scheduling things. And I think we're moving into a new day and age, not just a new day and age with social media and the way technology works, but I believe it's also a new day for how this world works and how we operate when it comes to entertainment specifically, and whatever aspect, whether it is acting or being a talk show host or being a YouTuber or being a musician, producer, film director, creator, developing apps, developing softwares, coding. I mean, it's so broad. Photography, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's so broad out here, which I love, and I want all of them, all my people that I haven't even met that know I'm gonna have great relationships with, such as you and other people along the way. I want them all to just come and we just be this great community. Be like, yo, we're here, we made it, and not just we made it. However, I'm gonna establish a foundation for myself, so the next people coming up above, if there is a next generation after us,
Right.
can see that you don't have to go through a lot of steps like we did just to get to where we were now. Because I had someone named Low Cross come on the show, and he was talking about how it's so hard. I mean, I understand that a lot of people are talented out here, and at the same time, it's so hard to establish the foundation that we want as individuals when it comes to being in the public eye and entertainment on television, on big screens, and whatever we're trying to get to. And it's tough. However, we're trying to bridge that gap of it not being tough. Like, you don't have to go through all that stuff to get to where you want to be. You don't have to invest a lot of money and thousands of dollars, because that's real. I'm just going to tell y'all that right now. I'm not saying that money is not a part of it. It is a majority of investing your money and maybe even your personal savings and stuff. So that's just real talk right there. And I love everything that you do, bro. I want everybody to go check out Drew's channel. It's interesting. That's all I'm gonna say. No, it's cool. His content's cool. I know you have a lot of people that I know who is part of the I'm Different brand. And one of them we were trying to get on the show, and he didn't want to come on the show.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get him, because I told you, I'm like, yo, it's all cool. His content, I'm not trying to put his name out yet, because I don't know if he's gonna, I don't know if we're gonna schedule him or not. But yo, his content, someone said, you know him too.
Yeah.
He was like, this one person was talking to me. He was like, yo, Drew's friend wants to go to like Los Angeles or something and be a YouTuber and drop out of college and stuff. And I'm like, well,
I think, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And I was like, well, okay. I wasn't against it, and I wasn't for it. Right. I'm just saying, okay, if that's what he wants to do, then that's what he wants to do. It's nothing. I don't see any harm about it. I know one person who did that. I don't know if I'm allowed to say his name. I'll tell you after the show. But there's one person from Maryland who went to a high school just 15 minutes away from me, and he's like, the majority of people out here know him. If you follow up on social media and whatever, you probably know who this guy is, because he is crazy with his content. And so, it's a risk. That's another thing about, this industry. It's a lot of risk. You got to take a lot of faith. And not a lot of people understand that it does take a lot of work and a lot of faith and a lot of energy and time that you might not always want to invest, but I promise you it's worth it, and you won't have any doubts about once you make it. You're going to be like, thank you, God. I promise you, bro. I promise you, ma'am. It's not a waste of time. I've had too many people just drop what they wanted to do. I know Asada over here, he had somebody, too many people. Also, tell me you know too many people who just drop YouTube straight up because they didn't get, oh, here we go. He coming over.
Alright. The amount of people I've seen say, oh, I want to start a YouTube channel. And then I'm like, all right, I can help you with it. I can promote your channel. I can help you out. I can give you some video ideas. After like 5 videos, they're like, oh, I'm not getting nowhere with this. But here's the thing, they're not consistent with it. You gotta be with the weekly uploads. You can't be just uploading like once a month and then complaining about you ain't going nowhere with it. Like, That just doesn't make any sense. But there's a more than I can count that people that had started YouTube channels, but then they quit like midway, and they didn't even hit like 100 subscribers and nothing like that. But yeah, that's all them.
Hey, man, look.
YouTube ain't for everybody.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say.
It can be like that sometimes, because I mean, this game. That's why I was telling somebody that I know personally. He has his own little YouTube thing, and he actually hung out with me one time. And he was like, "Bro, my subscribers just went up, then it just dropped." And I'm just like, "Bro, you just got to keep going. You can't really worry about the. I mean, if it didn't have, if this game didn't have, roadblocks, everybody would be doing. You know what I'm saying? If people knew that it didn't take much to become a big time YouTuber, almost everybody in the world would be doing YouTube. You know, so I mean, it's just a matter of that consistency and just being persistent to it. You know, and really having fun. And like you said, that energy and that time that it takes, and all the editing. I hate editing. I hate making thumbnails, but it's like, it's something that you just do you sacrifice in order to get yourself to that point. You know where you want to be one day. You know it's worth it. And I've seen hundreds of YouTubers that have made it, and they weren't the best at either at the backside of it. Some people do like editing, but it's just a matter of it's just pushing through it,
Yeah, and it's preference too. It's what you want, what you do like, and what you don't like. I do know a lot of YouTubers, and I'm gonna end right here because I know my time is almost up. That it does take a lot of time. I heard for some YouTubers it take them like 2 hours just to edit a 5-minute video. I'm like, what? It takes me 30 minutes to edit an episode of the THEADUSHOW, and these are hour-long shows with commercials. What y'all talking about? But yeah, I think it's the amount of effort and the amount of I'm just gonna say like the entertainment and how attractive, like how entertaining it is, the content. Basically, because with this show, it's almost like I'm just cutting. I'll tell you straight up, I'm just like cutting parts that I messed up, or I just like, oh my gosh, but it's almost like lines. Basically, everything else is just like raw from the the rip, whatever. And so
yeah, that's how it be sometimes.
Yeah,
especially with this entertainment where you gotta just trying to you want to have that like raw entertainment where people are like you. Like I said, you want to be yourself, but at the same time, you know what people are watching, and you know how the viewer is. So it's like you have to make it in a way where it's like you're being yourself and you're giving raw content, but at the same time, you got to fit it within like the reality of like that's how the viewers is.
Yeah, you got to please. I just hit my teeth. You got to please the people, almost.
Right.
Which I hate saying that because I'm like, well, it's my YouTube channel, but I'm like. But they're the ones who are watching, getting you the views. So it's like a 50-50 type of like thing you gotta give. You give, right. And then you get nutrients off of how you want. But then you give to the audience. So it's like a 50-50 kind of thing that we as YouTubers and entertainers and just not YouTubers, but just people out here, want to achieve. And that's that for the most part. And I want to thank you for coming on the show. Stop by any day. You're always welcome. You guys can check out Drew's channel right now, only on YouTube.com. That's all the time that I have for today, folks. If you would like to view clips from today's show, just head on over to Drew's YouTube channel for more exclusive content. That's me. Also, if you want to stream full episodes, head on over to Castbox.fm or Anchor.fm. Both are available for download on the Google Play Store and App Store, and all other streaming platforms you guys can stream the show on is available right now on Google Play and Apple, the Google Play Store and the Apple Store. And finally, make sure to watch the THEADUSHOW every day, only on YouTube.com. For everybody out there, stay safe. Stay cool, live life, stay secured. I mixed those two up a bit, but it's all good. We're gonna go in a new year very different. I don't know what's gonna happen. You guys are gonna find out. All right. And until next time,
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.